Welcome back, dear students. In this video, we'll be discussing about two ways that variable can be declared within a Solidity smart contract. So we'll learn that, and to add to the previous one we discussed, I've introduced you to variables already. Now, these are variables, we have already written them here, and all these variables, we have one, we call it the state variable. So now that means, or we can call it global variable. It has a global scope. For example, whatever you declare here, I can have another function that will interact with them and it still work. I can have 150 functions, it will still work. You get what I'm saying? But there is another type of this way of declaring your variable, which is known as local variables. So, and let me see if we can just test some of it out. So local variable is when you have your variable within a function, you declare it within a function. Local variable. So it's like we are now saying string y join our website equals to, let's make this a string, then end it up here. Let me try and cut out this. So we start testing the variable as well. Put this here, and over here we can return. So the first one we are going to return is this particular string website. But before that, let me go over again. We have those two ways you can write it. You can declare your variable as a state variable. That means it will be available in the global scope of the smart contract. This function can call it, another function entirely can call it, another function entirely can call it. You get what I'm saying? But when this variable is declared inside this particular function, outside of this function you can't call it. It won't work. You get what I'm saying? So that's why it is called local variable. It's just a, but this is the default state of the smart contract. Any other function you write, even if your code is 1,000,000 line long, you can always refer to any of these variable you declare globally at any point in time. So I think in JavaScript we call it global scope. So it's the same thing that appear or applies here. The global scope still applies here at the as you can see. So it's global. Once you declare it as a state variable, it means you can call it in multiple functions or however you like. You can interact, you can write to it, you can change and things like that. So sorry for the interruption. So that's gone. So you now understand we have state variables with global scope accessible for any other function in your smart contract, while you have local variable declared where it is only usable within the function, this block. Outside of this function block, this particular variable will be seen as not being declared at all. So let's now try and make use of some of these. The first one you will notice there's an error here. Can you suggest probably what could have gone wrong? I think since we are declaring, you can see part of the difference now. This particular string, we declare it here. It carries the same data type string, But over here now is having error. Why? Because we need to specify where it will be stored. Do you see it now? That error has disappeared. Then this one is just about what do you want it to return. So the first one we want to return is that state variable website. So you can see it now. So just take your time to follow these errors you are seeing. I'm showing you all this so that you are just be patient when you are writing your code. Follow those errors and try to solve it one after the other. And then, Solidity will surely help you out with that. And if you get stuck, you can post any of these error under the section for error on Solidity section on the forum, and you will get somebody to help you out. So in this case now, we'll still learn more also about function, so don't worry about it. But because we are interacting with state variable, we can't use this particular keyword. So we had better use something like view. You can see that has gone. So over here, unused local variable. So this is telling you that you declared a variable here, but there's nowhere you have used it. So that's not a serious something. It doesn't stop your smart contract from compiling, but it's telling you if you declare a variable and you are not using it, it's better you just comment it out. Do you get it now? So we want to return this state variable website first. You get what I'm saying? So let me try and do something so that by the time we output it, there will be difference between them. Let me add 2 to this. Yeah, so you get to know why I did that, just for you to understand it better. Now let's deploy this smart contract. You should be sure the smart contract, I've changed the name here. So like I always told you that I prefer to use the same name I save this with this. So it's when I'm deploying it, I won't go and deploy the wrong smart contract and things like that. So, but it's not compulsory. The name here can be different from the name here. When deploying, it is the name you declare here that really matters. So that's the name you will see here. You can see it. So now deploy. And if we go through, I think let's delete all this and everything should be neat. So let's now try to deploy. State variable versus local. So these are hello world. Click on it. You can see it. We have this word inside here outputted. That's why I put 2 so that you know that we are not outputting this. So 1 in while learning web3 programming at programmingfaq.com. That's interesting. So make sure you also tell your friends programmer about this, of this platform. It's first of its kind in web3, and it's really going huge. You don't want to miss it. So that's it. So back to this return website, which is, you can see this is the website. So we are gradually interacting with our variables, and don't forget, if you need help, you can always get through to the discussion for this course, and I will try my best, another student as well, to answer and help you out. So if you check it now, we have been able to, instead of typing this whole thing out, we are able to just output it, and we can always change it here and things like that. So that one has been settled. So the next one before I end the video is, let's now try to output this second one. Why join our website, which is this. So you can see it. It's saying it's not declared, undeclared identifier. So we need to uncomment this. Remember that. So you can see it now. this function can be restricted to pure. It's saying we can restrict this back to pure because this particular string we want to interact with is just within it. You get what I'm saying? So the view will work. Let's try it out. Let's minimize this. Let's deploy. Come down here and on. So you can see this 2. That's what we have. It say that it still work. So, but if it is red, it won't even allow you. So if I come back here again and just turn it to pure and have the whole error and redeploy, it will still work. Do you see it now? So that's it. We have been able to explain what is state variables and differentiate it from local variables, and you will still learn more about all these memory, location, and all those things. When we get there, we'll discuss, but just keep this in mind. You can see it forces us to add the word memory to this string before we can declare it and make use of it, whereas this same thing over here we didn't have to. So when we get to that aspect of memory, location in Solidity, you will get to understand why, and all these things as well, keyword, we'll still discuss them. So just step by step, don't rush yourself. So that's it. Hope you have learned something as well in this section of the course. Don't forget, below the video you have option to any comment, criticism, compliment, or whatever you want to say on this course. We have the official forum for it, where you can also suggest addition and subtraction from it. So that's it. See you in the next video. Till then, I remain Solomon Foske of Programming FAQ. Keep the programming spirit high and alive.